So the internet literally did not sleep the moment whispers about Sonia Uche wedding ceremony started circulating, because this wasn't just ordinary celebrity, just this felt like one of those moments where something big is happening quietly, but the clues are too loud to ignore, and immediately fans switched into full detective mode asking, wait, when did this even start? How did we miss the build-up? And why does everything look so real and not like a movie set? Because if there is one thing Sonia Uche has built over time, it is her ability to blur the line between acting and reality, especially with the kind of emotional depth she brings into her roles, and that alone made people suspicious at first, thinking, maybe this is just another high-budget production. But then more clips started dropping from different angles, different people, different devices, and the consistency and environment in outfits, in reactions, started making it harder to dismiss as just content creation. And suddenly what started as doubt began turning into belief, and then full-blown excitement, because fans started saying this is looking like a real wedding, and not Nollywood magic this time. And the visuals themselves carried weight, because everything from the traditional attire to the color coordination to the cultural elements screamed authenticity and intention. Like this was not randomly put together. This looked like a well-planned ceremony, rooted in identity and celebration. And then attention quickly shifted to Sonia herself, because every frame she appeared in had people talking about her glow, her composure, her smile, and the way she carried herself throughout the event, because it didn't look like someone acting a script, it looked like someone fully present in a major life moment, and that subtle difference was what made fans connect emotionally to what they were seeing. And then came the biggest mystery of all: who is the groom? Because up until that point there was no confirmed identity, no clear introduction, and that alone sparked a whole new wave of speculation, because people began zooming into every clip, trying to match faces, trying to identify body language, trying to figure out if he was someone from the industry or completely outside of it. And different theories started flying around, some saying he looked like a businessman, others suggesting he might be a low-key personality within Nollywood, while another group believed this could be a long-time relationship that was intentionally kept away from the spotlight to avoid public pressure. And if that was the case, fans actually respected that level of privacy, because in an era where everything is posted instantly, keeping something this big under wraps is not easy. And then the conversation expanded into timeline questions, because people were genuinely confused about how such a major step could happen without any strong dating rumors leading up to it. And that made the whole situation feel even more intriguing, because it meant either the relationship developed quietly or it was extremely well hidden, and both scenarios added to the mystery and the appeal of the story. And then more footage began surfacing, showing different parts of the ceremony, from traditional segments to more relaxed interactions with guests, and every new clip added another layer to the narrative, because you could see genuine laughter, you could see emotional exchanges, you could see moments that didn't look rehearsed at all. And once emotions become visible like that, it becomes harder for people to keep doubting, because raw reactions are difficult to fake consistently across multiple perspectives. And then the guest list started becoming another hot topic, because familiar faces began appearing in the background of videos, and fans quickly started identifying them, which added more credibility to the idea that this was indeed a real event, because if multiple known personalities are present, then it reduces the chances of it being just a film set. And at that point, blogs and social media pages were already pushing headlines suggesting that Sonia Uche has tied the knot, and fans flooded comment sections with congratulations, excitement, shock, and of course a bit of disbelief from those still holding on to the idea that maybe, just maybe, this is an elaborate project reveal. But even those people started softening their stance as more evidence kept stacking up, and then attention shifted to the aesthetics of the ceremony itself, because people began analyzing the decor, the outfits, the cultural representation, the coordination of colors, the music, the dance, everything. And many agreed that the ceremony struck a balance between elegance and cultural richness, because it wasn't just flashy for the sake of it, it felt meaningful, like every element had a purpose. And then fans started comparing it to other celebrity weddings in Nollywood, discussing privacy levels, presentation, and emotional authenticity. And some even said this might be one of the most unexpected trending ceremonies, simply because it came without heavy announcements or pre-wedding hype, and yet managed to capture massive attention. And then another angle entered the conversation, which was career impact, because fans started asking, will marriage change her acting path? Will she slow down? Will she take on more mature roles? Will she step back from certain types of characters? And these questions kept circulating, because Sonia Uche has been very consistent in the industry, and any major life change naturally makes fans curious about what comes next. And while some people believed this would add depth to her performances, others were just hoping it wouldn't reduce her presence on screen, because her consistency has been one of the things fans appreciate the most. And then the romantic angle took over again, because people began revisiting her past on-screen chemistry, with different actors jokingly speculating if any of them could be the mystery man. Even though there was no solid evidence, it still kept engagement high and made the conversation more entertaining. And then slow-motion clips of key moments started trending, especially those showing her walking, smiling, interacting with guests, and each of those clips carried a certain calmness and confidence that made people say this is a bride who is fully aware and present in her moment, and not someone performing for cameras. And then questions about official confirmation started rising, because despite all the circulating content, fans were still waiting for a direct statement or post from Sonia Uche herself, because one single post from her would instantly settle everything and remove all speculation. But until that happens, the mystery continues to breathe and evolve, and that's what keeps people hooked, because it feels like a story unfolding in real time without a clear final answer yet. And then discussions moved into deeper interpretations, with some fans saying maybe this is a reminder that not everything has to be public from the beginning, maybe some things are better built quietly before being revealed, and others saying this might influence how upcoming celebrities handle their personal lives, choosing privacy over constant exposure. And then the emotional connection fans have with Sonia Uche became more visible, because regardless of confirmation, many people were already celebrating her, expressing happiness and sending good wishes, because at the end of the day, whether fully confirmed or not, the idea of her entering a new phase of life was enough to spark joy among her supporters. And then the conversation kept expanding across platforms, with new clips, new angles, new theories, dropping every few hours, and each new piece of content reigniting the discussion all over again. And even now people are still refreshing timelines, checking blogs, watching videos, trying to catch any new detail that might clarify the situation, because once something like this grips social media, it doesn't fade quickly. It lingers, evolves, and keeps people talking, and at the center of it all is Sonia Uche, standing as both the subject of admiration and the source of curiosity as fans continue to watch closely, waiting for that final confirmation, or that one undeniable moment that will turn all speculation into certainty, while still enjoying every piece of the story as it unfolds in real time.